But they do say the Federal Reserve is for their own interest and not the interest of the public.
Yes.
And as you can see when they raise the interest rate, you can see that.
And the FDIC,
Yes,
they work with them too.
Yes.
So it's like a big revolving door. And if you think about how the banks leverage money, right? So let's say, for instance, me as a person, if I did what the banks do, I would go to jail.
Oh yeah.
Because basically, essentially, what a bank does is they leverage 300 to 1. So which means if Tonyo, you come in and you put your money in the bank now gives me his money to spend. I put my money in the bank, they're giving it to somebody else to spend. Yeah.
And then they're charging you interest on my money.
Yeah.
Instead of giving me, because essentially, if the banks operated in a sense that people think it does,
yeah.
If you go put $1,000 in the savings and then, or let's use a bigger number, let's say 20,000. I go put $20,000 in the savings. If I go do it today, and I go back to the bank 3 hours later, I need to withdraw $20,000. They're gonna tell me you need to give us a 3-day notice.
Yep.
They're gonna be like, we don't have that kind of capital in hand. I'd be like, I just gave you money.
Yep.
2 hours ago. Like, what do you mean? And then, so essentially, what they're gonna do, they're gonna take that $20,000, they're gonna lend some to you,
Yep.
lend some to over here, lend some over here. So if they lent out that $20,000, they gave $5,000 to 4 different people.
Yep.
And they're charging 7-8% interest rate. They're making that money back to the bank, and they're giving me a 0.5%.
Yep.
So off of that $20,000, I'm making $2, while they're making off $5,000. They're making if let's say they're doing 10% off that $5,000, they're making $500.
Yep.
And I'm making 20.
Yep.
So that's 500 times 4. They're making $2,000 off of my money, and their money is, or either that, or they're taking my money and investing it.
And then if you put your money in the bank, in the savings account, they give you a point of a percentage.
Yes.
And they making more money off your money. Like you said, they invest your money.
Yep. And it's like it's crazy, but because they say, and I think you can use the same analogy for the banks as you can with Creature of Jekyll Island or Federal Reserve. They say the Federal Reserve essentially is ran like a cartel.
It is,
because they are. If you look at what somebody like the Mexican cartels, you look at how they operate, then look at the Federal Reserve.